take about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, we're trying to be recording now.
Okay.
So, they're saying Hangouts on Air is going away on August 1st. For quick streaming, try youtube.com/webcam. I don't know what's
What?
yeah. They just leaving Hangouts for you.
So they're leaving for good?
Hangout is gonna be just working on itself, so they're not using it in YouTube anymore. August 1st is the last day.
So what are people doing to replace that?
Because too many Flat Earth chats on Hangouts, and only Flat Earth chats. That's what I've heard. So it's why like they leaving it.
Oh wow.
Because YouTube doesn't support any other software as good as Hangouts.
Right.
And just recording the stream without any settings and stuff. So it's like very easy to use it for any newbie, and it was really comfortable to have like large streams with large numbers of people. So I mean, right now we're gonna have to be paying for some software because OBS obviously sucks. So you have to like buy some payable application for this, and only those from the YouTube list, so they like probably making money of this also. I don't know.
Wow. They're trying to make it more difficult for us to...
Yeah, making more professional content, and leaving the community no chance to develop in a newbie rookie way. So it's like only pros.
Or be able to yes, because what we're doing on the amateur level is what people are paying, thousands and millions for, with the basics.
Yeah, simply like that, because it made a lot of change, in those vloggers that did only simple broadcast made the same difference as in the new medias, like with millions of budgets, right?
Right.
So this is how it works. They leave in the people for being, on their own. So it's like this. I've just returned from my vacation, so a lot of cats are missing me and gave me a bunch of, very very sad presents.
Like, they miss you.
They were fucking around without me, Yeah.
That's a weird looking cat without fur too. So that's like, that's so cute.
Yeah, I wish.
Got my 2 babies.
Yeah.
Got 2 cats too. Yeah, I got 2 pets too. They always going at it.
That's gonna be my last one. It's like, I mean, those cats, when they die, I probably won't be, carrying anymore, because my heart is with them. So if they die, I probably won't be able to get any more cats.
I know.
But whatever. I wanted to discuss some recent news with you, and have you heard about this case about the guy who bought the moon landing original tapes from NASA in 1976? Have you heard about it?
No.
You haven't?
I think I heard a little bit about something about that, but nah. Why? What's going on?
So the point is that some guy who was maybe practicing something in NASA, trying to be a trainee, or I don't know, how do you call it? Not recruit, but some type of practical college student. I don't know. So who was practicing at NASA at 1976. And they had a sellout of their stuff that they didn't want to carry on anymore.
Right.
Maybe no place to store them anymore or something. I don't know. So they sold a bunch of stuff, and including the tapes, the old tapes, which could be used for filming at that time. And one dude, the rookie dude, the novice dude, I don't know, he bought some of those tapes and brought them home, and only his dad figured out that they were not, just empty tapes, that some of them had, writing about Apollo 10 or Apollo 11. I don't know exactly what was written there, but it's written in the articles. You can read it by yourself.
Okay.
And so there come up the, the original camera shots from the moon. So he has them, and they trying to get him from him from 2008. So they know that he bought it, and they know that he revealed that some of this, should be sold on some auction like Sotheby's and stuff like this, and they sell it for 6 million, I think, those two tapes right now. And the digital copy is $700,000. It's a digital copy, and right now they're selling it, so you can easily buy if you have 700,000. So
it's for what? For a fake movie?
no, they call it original. They call it original.
Some the original fake movie.
I don't know. So this is where it comes out, because you can easily, there's some dots that we should connect. First of all, at around 2006, 2008, the YouTube started to be, developing in large scale, right? And a bunch of new vloggers come out. Here's what we're talking in the beginning of this video. A bunch of bloggers started to do hangouts, right? And all this stuff, and, making live chats, trying to, promote some ideas, listen to others' opinions. And some of them probably were talking about flat Earth, NASA hoax and stuff like this. Like a bunch of conspiracy theories about this NASA, all this stuff. And all this, people, started to think what we should do to maybe, knock out those conspiracy theories in the future and completely stop all this, BS talking about moon landing, right? And they make up this story and develop it for 10 years to, legalize it in some, maybe documents, I don't know, maybe fake it with all these digital CGI pictures that they probably could be creating, because because 2008 is the rising of those CGI programs, all those new versions appear.
They was at the head of CGI technology, and I mean these people were faking everything, right?
Yeah. So it's like very, very, very easy to start it in 2008 and fabricate some new tapes, so-called new tapes that were originally lost in 1976 due to some fault or mistake, were sold to some rookie with all this legend. I think they should make a bigger and larger legend for 20 years. I mean 30 years. So they did it like from 1976 to make it, more credible, right?
Right.
So people understand. Oh, really? There's some guy who kept these tapes in his junk yard, and never even watched what's written on those tapes, paying for them $200 for each tape.
Wow.
He paid $200 for each tape, and bought like a couple of boxes of them full of those, tapes. Only his dad occasionally, suddenly started to check each tape and read that there was written Apollo something on it, right? I mean, this is not, fantastic. It's really, they're really lucky if it's really true, but I don't really believe it, because we adding up all this information to the picture that we see right now, and we see the total oppression of this topic, right? People quitting their channels just because they trolled by all those globers and stuff like this. Like, who recently stopped broadcasting about it? I
don't know. I'm just getting back in the loop, Philip. I had to take a break. I had to study for these exams, and I couldn't do both at one time. I just had to turn off Facebook. I had to turn off YouTube. I had to turn off everything just to study for these exams. And now the first part of these exams is over. I have some time to, and thank God, because that was really stressful, to actually get back in the swing of things. I was talking to Victor. I was telling him I'm actually working on the project that we all three did, and it should be ready sometime next week. But I'm just getting back in the swing of things.
So. Yeah, Patricia Steer, I think, quit her show for something. I don't know, quit making it. Somebody told me that she quit it. because
Oh,
people were trolling her so much that she maybe quit it for this or some reason. I don't know. So it's like some channels really quit about it because
right,
they feel depressed because at some certain point you have like something in your life when you should take a break on YouTube, and maybe
right,
you don't want to come back as fast as people expect of you, right?
right.
And it looks like you're quitting, but looking at all this globe versus flat earth battles that we have right now, I mean, really, you can be trolling the person, so he will quit his channel, he will quit his
Yeah,
research. And
never.
Mudflat channel, remember Mudflat channel who
Right.
quit?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think he's got spooked out. Mudflood just got spooked out because he was, some people they don't want to be a part of. I mean, they do, but they feel like it's dangerous stuff that we're doing. Um, and I guess that what's the difference between them and us is we get to a point where it's like, who cares? Because people, I mean, we're being lied to about every goddamn thing, and come to find out, people all believe in all kinds of bullshit. They got people believing in all kinds of dumb shit, man. And if it's on TV, it's got to be fucking real for some reason, and it is mind blowing. So, shout out to the people out there hitting it hard every day, making it happen. We're making strides. Now more people are talking about flat Earth. They're mentioning it. More people heard the two words together. People are waking up now. People are understanding that we do live in a stationary plane realm. The Earth is not moving. There's not one scientific proof that shows that the Earth is in motion, that it turns. And people are starting to wake up about that. So,
Yeah, what the methods they're using is just a couple of theories, and theories is not truth, it's not equal truth. Theory
right,
is a theory, right? So you
absolutely.
have to prove it, you have to prove it repeatedly in each and
Right,
every
absolutely.
in each and every observation, in each and every empirical observation, as they call it. And what we have is only empirical methods because we cannot use any budgets that they do. No, we cannot use any all those devices, expensive, so-called expensive devices, which nobody
Right,
ever seen, right?
right,
Nobody
right.
ever seen those devices except those who use it. So it's like a total secret right now. How many gas we have in Russia? How many oil we have? How many metals? Each and every metals from the periodic table. They totally keep it under secrets from
Oh
starting from
yeah,
this year. So it's like they're
oh
trying
yeah.
to sell us that they have all these resources to build all those missiles, rockets, ships, space stations,
Oh yeah.
nuclear submarines and stuff like this.
Right.
And just,
They'll be selling property on Mars soon.
yeah, it's
If they're not
total
already doing
secret. You cannot,
it.
just go and, take any data on it anymore because see,
Yeah.
they keep it under secret. Soon they're going to be doing it
Absolutely.
in each and every country because
Oh
so
yeah.
many alternative researchers are killing them and killing their
Kill it. Yes.
budgets, and this is all about it, the money.
Well, you know why? Because they have to spend so much money um putting out the debunking videos and paying people to troll people and monitor this and their budgets. They wasn't used to that. They wasn't ready for that. That's why I said I think the whole point is that they knew it's coming. Also, that they knew it was ready and they knew people were going to start waking up. I mean, once the genie was out of the bottle, once people started to realize, hey, we live on a flat surface and it's always been flat, and the horizon doesn't bend downwards or upwards, people started to wake up. And I just think they're trying to slow the rate of speed on which people are waking up, and they're doing everything they can.
Yeah, because
You know,
all these deception campaigns that they did since like beginning of YouTube was going on, and they totally legalized it, and everybody was
yes,
thinking you could talk about anything because they were talking
yes,
about Anunnakis, aliens,
right,
all these Nibiru planets, like going
absolutely,
towards our solar system,
right,
just for us to believe in all this space junk that they we are buying every day because we're paying on money, all those budgets are paid
right.
from our pockets. And this is what's really pain in the ass because we totally ruined this plan about all this Nibiru Anunnaki invasion that
Yeah, it's all bullshit. Yeah,
they supposed to be
yeah.
spending on this space
Oh,
force
oh
shit,
yeah.
because
It's
in
all
Russia,
bullshit.
yeah, even Trump makes a space force. The first
Yeah,
thing that he does, when he
Right.
talks about all this stuff, he makes a space,
Right.
Air Force.
You know why, Philip? You know why, Philip? Because people are starting to realize that the governments of this world have been faking space, has been lying to their citizens about what this place is, Philip.
Because
And
the next enemy is who's supposed to be our enemy, not Russia, not terrorists.
Right.
Everybody's can be beaten very soon.
Right.
Even Russia and terrorists can be beaten, but the aliens are the new stuff.
Yes,
They're gonna
enemy.
be
The new boogeyman.
And
Yes,
we ruined
it,
and we ruined this plan because we're talking about flat Earth, dude. This is
right.
what the money from.
Of course, we're telling them that space is fake. You got to remember, Phil. Before I woke up to the flat Earth, I was a big alien guy, man. It had to be aliens. It had to fucking be aliens. I was watching Ancient Aliens every day. I was watching all of the bullshit YouTube videos and all the bullshit propaganda, and I absorbed for a long time. I mean, I'm thinking I knew NASA lied about some things. I didn't think they lied about everything. I mean, I'm really just thinking that we are aliens, that we didn't come from this planet. So I kid you not, and that's how they did a number on me. And then I really had to admit that I was believing in a lot of bullshit that didn't make sense, and it was unprovable. And then once you understand the big picture on when people say, well, why would they do this? Why would they lie? Well, they have to. It's like Google. The reason why they're giving you YouTube is so they can listen and monitor what everybody's talking about. Yep. Okay? They want to see, okay, they're talking about this. Oh, they're talking about this. No. Okay, they're talking about this. And that's what's the best thing to do is they control everything, man. They want to control everything.
Yeah, this is a trend or hype mechanism when you send the hype, and the hype is, catching all those people. Yeah. And everybody's talking about it, each and every, circumstance, occasion, theory is, discussing. But they leading it to the hype, to the trend, to the paradigm that they want us to hear about those fucking aliens and this fucking space,
Yes.
And
absolutely.
This is everybody was, talking about because everybody watched Independence Day, everybody watched Star Wars, everybody watched, They
were setting us up, man. They almost had me right there, dude. Let me tell you something. How I heard about Flat Earth was through an alien group, a Facebook group. And it pissed me off so bad, right? Because I'm sitting there and somebody said, hey, you guys check out Flat Earth, man. You know what I mean? And I was like, it pissed me off. I was like, what's fucking wrong with this goddamn world? People walking around thinking that the Earth is flat. And that's what made me debunk it. I heard it again and I was distraught. I was like, "Roar!" You know what I mean? And that's how to see that. I mean, it's dumb. Because I realized I was stupid, man.
All this shit is performed by marketing specialists,
Yeah.
And those marketing specialists, where you find those marketing specialists? In Hollywood. That is making much of this, bullshit come true with this NASA, cartoons that they give us, All this technology comes from Hollywood, all this CGI,
satellite technology. And we're sitting like, oh, wow, just metal suspended in space, just there. And once they get a picture of that, it's just mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing.
So
and they just funnel billions of dollars.
Yeah, we're right now we're fighting not only NASA, we're fighting all the media plus Hollywood. All this marketing and
it's all joined together, man.
Yeah.
You heard about the Fang? You heard about Fang? It's like the 5 big fang from a serpent. So you got Facebook, you got Apple, you got Netflix, you got Google. You know what I mean? Fang.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean?
So it's the top 5. Mind blowing. You heard anything about that?
And each and everyone making money on space.
Yeah.
Now this is where money fall on the money, guys.
Multi-trillion dollar investments. There are all the satellite technology, all the money they funneling all this money. And what have they given to society?
Only these bullshit cartoons,
Exactly right. That's it. That's all you get. And guess what? They're working with each other the Russians, the Indians, the Americans, they all were the UK. They're all in on it.
Yeah,
They're all in it. They're all lying to their citizens about what's going on. It's a private club. We're not in it. We get it. You know what I mean? But the gig is up, Philip. The gig is up.
yeah. Only the owners really get the money, you know. And how do they cheapen up the price of all this, you know, thing? They're not hiring actors anymore. They're making cartoons. All this,
Yes.
you know, Final Fantasy, all this
Oh yeah.
stuff that they made. It's just a made up Japanese, you know, project
Yeah.
that really conquered each and every teenager in the United States.
And making money off that shit.
Final
Absolutely.
fucking Fantasy, you know, all
Yep.
this fucking stuff that people started to believe in some, you know,
Yes.
strange worlds, all these, you know, travels
Yep.
from, you know, all these fucking fights with some monsters and
Yep.
all this shit. I even
Do
played
it.
this shit when I was in
Yeah,
USA.
me too. Me
Fucking
too.
Nintendos and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah. Ever since the beginning, because they could keep you. That's how they can keep you distracted, man.
Yeah, because
They
you
keep you
spend tons of
distracted,
fucking
right?
time. You
That's
don't
right.
learn. You don't, you know, make
Do
any
nothing.
physical shit. You
Right.
just fucking sit.
While you playing on a flat map, right? You run around on these boards,
Yeah.
right? And you can't fucking get it, right? You know, it's just flat maps and shit. You know, it's just mind blowing, man.
And it's not action. It's just step by step
Yeah.
strategy game of stupid travel and
Yeah.
adventure and fucking stupid. You know, it's a in. I don't know
Yeah.
how do you call it. It's just dumbing down as you like to say it.
Right.
You saying it each
You
and
know,
every time.
you're right. But it keeps you what? In front of the TV, man. Okay?
Yeah,
It increased when the games came out, it keeps you in front of the fucking TV. And the fucking TV was the government's biggest weapon,
yeah,
okay, on everybody, right? And they made you pay for it, okay?
yeah.
And they gave you big TVs, the bigger the big TVs, so more people in your house could watch it.
And
Okay?
guess what? Guess what? While we were playing, they
Yeah.
made up even more advanced shit,
More
like
shit.
fucking
Yep.
Apple
Yep.
iPhones and
While you're
all this
sleeping.
fucking
Right.
shit. Because you know,
Right.
iPhone made a big change. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
it's just
Look, think about it. Think about it, man. After 9/11, right? Because that 9/11, we didn't have these, right? After
yeah,
9/11, we signed the Patriot Act, right? They can tap in the government. So now they gave everybody with phones with cameras and microphones in it. They can tap on. They can find your location. They say, okay, well, turn your GPS on. Turn your GPS on. You can use that, so we know everything you're doing. Well, stop going to the bank, and we could just see what all your bank transactions right from your phone. We'll give you all these apps so you can do everything. We can monitor everything you do, sell you anything we want, and you're gonna pay for this bill every goddamn month, man. Look, think about it. The amount of fucking fuckery that's going on is mind blowing.
the big change is not only cameras and all this. You know, pointing at the screen. The big thing is spending fucking time. How much time we started to spend with these phones since the Apple
Right.
it's just fucking times, useless
Yes.
fucking times, just
Useless.
scrolling, downloading, waiting, scrolling, downloading.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
it's fucking useless. Use your
Make
fucking
make stories out of thin air and make you pay for it every goddamn month.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How many bright minds did we lose with all this Instagram nonsense that people
Yes.
were just sitting in fucking pictures of
Yeah,
this,
taking
of
pictures,
that,
right.
of that.
Taking pictures of themselves. They do a
Yeah,
selfie.
my
Let me do
fucking
a
food,
selfie.
your
Let me see how
fucking
many
food.
likes I can get.
Yeah.
Fuck out of
I
here.
got a new shoes.
Right.
I had a nice breakfast. I
Right. Better
washed
take a
my
picture of me.
ass. I brushed my
Right.
fucking teeth.
Right. Right. Exactly. It just mind blowing. And then you could be sitting around people don't even talk to each other no more. All people do is sitting around in front of their phone and they got a zombie fuck out, man.
Yeah, sometimes I even think, what the fuck is that hashtag I wanted to
Yeah.
use? Fuck the hashtag.
Yeah.
What the fuck I'm talking about? Just write.
Right.
Everybody knows what the fuck you're posting.
Right.
And
It's
people
mind
just
blowing, man.
spending trillions of hours on those researches about targeted audience and targeting with all those ads. So you You go into the store and they know that you're gonna buy something from the store, and they give you special offer on your fucking screen right where you're in the line.
Look, you go in your doctor's office. Guess what you have in front of you in your home? They can listen to your conversation with you and your doctor because your phone's on.
Of course, even if it's off, you cannot.
Even what? Yeah, you know what? That doesn't put it past me. You know, they probably can. You know,
I know they can. I know.
Well, there you go.
Because you cannot. Plausible. This is what they actually did with this on the unattachable batteries. That's when the change came, because everybody started to take the batteries off when they were talking on important things.
Oh shit!
That's why they put the mics in the batteries first, but then they said it's nonsense. Just hook the batteries so they cannot unattach it anymore. So this is what they do.
You're saying, wow, you're saying that even if you power your phone off, they can still turn the listen switch on.
Yes.
Mind blowing.
Because if the battery is attached to the device, they can use the power to immediately have a live record of what you're talking about.
Transmit it, right, exactly. Wow, without us even knowing. Yeah, they also installed like a flashlight app too as well, where they got caught for every time you used the flashlight app, they were recording everything you saw. And I think that's a made-up story.
No, I'll give you more information. Even the TVs that we had, since like we had LCDs, can record everything you have in the contact of the screen and transfer this information live to each and every device that can capture it.
Wow.
LCDs don't have to have camera. They use some type of infrared, frequencies to record it, and special, teams do it each and every time. That's why we have so many TVs with LCDs right now.
Unbelievable.
LCDs even feel the all this vibration in the room, so even if it's dark, they can see what's going on, even if you have the lights off.
No shit.
Yeah,
and they can do what the fuck they want to do. That's why they always want to be a step ahead of you, and that's why that's how they can just take. That's how they're just taking people's rights away, because you know how they're doing it. They're making them do it themselves. They're staging these fake events. They're staging this, and they're saying this, and they're saying that. People believe in what's on TV, and they're making people just give up their rights, their own rights.
Yeah, we use our fingerprints each and every time right now.
Wow.
For this, for that, and we sign in. A couple of years ago, we can say it's not me. Somebody stole my phone. Right now, you cannot say that, because you totally record it as if you went in this shop, if you bought this thing from your Apple Pay or Google Android Pay, whatever. So you just
they got your fingerprint, right?
You sign in each and every deal you do, even if you buy chewing gum,
Wow.
And soon we're gonna have it with the cars, because they're gonna be using it in cars very soon.
I'm sure you have they're utilizing the GPS in the cars.
No, I mean only with our fingerprints.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, to be able to access it.
Yeah, each and everything is gonna be with the fingerprints. So even with this, scanning face stuff, it's all.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. Yeah, I don't want it. That's why I didn't upgrade my phone. I don't want that shit.
Yeah,
scan my fucking
scanning faces, playing all those games with the catching Pokemons. We are giving them additional information on the landscape that we are right now, and we recording all the stuff that's been unrecorded yet. That's what we do actually. All those programs are made up for us to create some virtual reality for them to know data reality, so they can know
data reality,
and they can use it to
whenever
use
they
us.
need to.
Because we're gonna be having some type of glasses or lenses on our eyes very soon, which are gonna be integrated with some visualization, and we're gonna have all these interactive elements along with what we see, and they're gonna be totally leading us and directing us towards each and every action they want. They can even tell you you're mining gold, but in fact what you're gonna be doing, You're gonna be picking up trash cans and or cleaning up shit, cleaning up shit, in some horse
Wow.
stables. Who knows? They're gonna be telling you you're playing games, and you're gonna be working for them at that time. That's what
Yeah.
they're gonna be doing. This
Right,
is the
right,
next
right.
step.
Yeah, I mean, just tricking you even more.
Yeah, virtual reality
Right.
in not only in mental field but in the visual field. So this is the next step. Next step
As
technologies.
Philip, much as I like this technology and I actually use it myself, it just makes me every day want to just deplug from it and go back to the old fashioned way where I had to remember phone numbers, just get a phone for a phone.
And you had to be
Um,
on time when you said,
and
"I'm gonna be home at 8 o'clock. Call me."
right,
Or
right,
when are you gonna be home? I'll call you, man.
yeah,
You have to make you
yes,
be more
yes,
more responsible. Right now, you
yes,
have the phone and you don't even fucking
yes.
care who calling you.
If I
You just
need
the number who's calling you. Just no, I
right,
don't want to listen to you, man.
right.
And
If I need to go to the bank, just get up and go to the bank my goddamn self rather than doing it on my phone. So I don't need that. Um, I don't need Facebook. I don't need none of that stuff. Or maybe just go on it from a library, or or somebody who has Wi-Fi. If I go over their house every once in a while, I don't need that in my life. And once you understand that, and know how to, it's like if you decide to watch TV, as long as you know that it's all bullshit and they're trying to deceive you, don't fucking watch what you want to fucking watch. If that's what you want to waste your time on. I mean, I don't suggest you do that, but hey, it is what it is. Some people got to do stuff to to make the time go by. Um,
yeah,
they control us, so we to give us all our books. I mean, you got companies like Amazon, knows what you want, know your purchasing habits and your history, and they get all this information so they can direct and sell and market you their uh, their products before they kill you, as they're killing you.
yeah. They're watching how fast or how slow are they killing us. This is
Yeah,
the research,
right.
because they don't want them to die very fast, but they
No,
don't want to live very long. So this is
very long.
they
Right.
have something in the middle, and they have to adjust the system to keep the track going. So next thing I wanted to talk about is we had this recent news about one non-government space company which was making so-called satellites for Russian Roscosmos, the Russian analog of NASA. They announced the project. They want to make a star ads agency. So the target audience is like 1 billion people, and can actually be viewing this or that image made by their satellite group, which could be looking like a
Right.
stars in the sky. So they can be
Right.
showing us the ad, use Colgate, and they're gonna be having like a lower price in comparison to TV and radio and all this, general methods of advertising. So they're telling that in the year of 2025 they're going to be starting this project on a commercial scale. So it's not very long yet. So
Mind blowing,
very
man.
soon we're going to be seeing ads in the sky, guys. So I think it's total
Crazy.
bullshit. I mean, I'm probably gonna get some budget from Roscosmos, and then they're gonna be, probably leaving the country for some offshore laundromat of money, and spending this money in maybe in Bermudas or Dominicana. I don't know,
Right.
many places where you can spend this money. It's stolen from the budget. And this is really what's going on. This is what they're trying to promote us. They made a law for Russian cosmonauts to behave, the behavior codex, where you read all those rules they have to, the applicant
Right.
should apply.
Yeah.
No cosmonaut, no cosmonaut is having a right to make a hate speech on any personal believers like flat earthers anymore. So they prohibited this to cosmonauts because this is giving a Barbara Streisand effect. Talking about this stuff, like that cosmonaut Sergei Ryazantsev calls Flat Earth Society simply idiots on some press conference. And right now they have this law for them not to talk about this anymore. So nobody is,
Right.
going to be trolling us anymore from the officials of Roscosmos, because they, afraid of consequences.
Right. And
And
I think that's what's going on with NASA too. You see them. I used to get trolled by NASA all the time, and well, that's because I used to troll the shit out of them. So I mean, it goes both ways. I used to go when I started waking up to flat Earth, and then when I found out they were faking space, I stayed on. Me and a group of us stayed on NASA's websites and telling them that they're full of shit and to stop lying to the peoples and we're on to you and that type of shit. And we used to get trolled like a motherfucker. So I used to, I blocked like hundreds of fucking NASA trolls.
Yeah, but right now you have no material anymore, because they won't be gonna be responding to you.
Right.
I think at least it's prohibited right now in Russia, but I don't know if it's gonna be prohibited in
it was so
NASA.
obvious that they were trying to shut us up and that they wanted to because name one of the reasons why that NASA would hire trolls to even respond to anything that anyone says, because they were getting their dicks kicked in. They were getting hammered by everybody in the world saying that they're a bunch of liars. They're doing damage control, and now they know. Hey, they can't win no arguments.
But the bad thing.
Think about it. If flat Earth wasn't real, some corporation, some multi-millionaire, they would have just stifled us a long time ago. It would shut us down. It would have been like Pokemon. It came and then it left. It came and it go. But it's not. Matter of fact, it's getting stronger and stronger every day. And more people are waking up and understanding that realizations. I think now it's okay, what do we do now? Okay, we know they're lying to us. We know they're selling us a whole bunch of shit. But the problem is you got people that are awake still talking about Donald Trump and QAnon and all a bunch of bullshit politics. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, man. You got to understand, no matter who you vote for, you get the same fucking government. They gave us both. They gave us the blue. They gave us the red. They gave us the Democrat. They gave us the Republicans. They gave us everything. Okay? They control everything. Okay? So what you got people that are so-called woke that are still sleeping. How can you talk about, Trump this and Trump that? Just stop talking. Who gives a fuck about Trump? He's part of the fucking bullshit. He's nothing but a fucking puppet. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck about him. Him, Obama, the one after him, the one before him. I don't care. And the one that's coming next. Who cares? Who cares what they're talking about? It's all bullshit.
Remember that time that he was just, getting elected? They were spreading this information that he called like, I have the private plane and I know the Earth is flat. Absolutely. Obama was,
he said
saying, that. We ain't got time for this flat Earth meeting, or
we don't got time to talk to the Flat Earth Society. Think about it. The Flat Earth Society is government controlled, right? So the reason why he said that, because he wants people to go to the Flat Earth Society's website. Because people, when you wake up to the Flat Earth, you really don't know about that deception, about how the flat. So now they'll show you like a flat Earth disc in space. Now, real flat earthers, we know that fucking space is fucking fake. And they're faking space, okay? Not only that it's flat, but that they're faking space. And that's what they failed to tell you. And that's what the news media tells you, is that flat earthers reject the notion of fucking outer space. You know what I mean? But they don't tell you that. Because and that's why they want you to go to the Flat Earth Society, so they give you half truths, and they'll give you, it's flat, and then they'll say around the globe shit. Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. We know what time it is already. So,
this is just what I've been trying to tell you. So they're leading and guiding each and every media they're trying to control, and they guiding the people mind and thinking inside that paradigm that media gives you, and leading to one thing: we're gonna be spending money, and ain't gonna tell you shit about it. So this is what they lead us to, and they're just making stuff up. Wars, epidemias, disease, all those,
all kinds of shit. The measles. Now it's the measles. A few years ago, it was the what was it called? The what was the goddamn big disease warning that we had to worry about? The Zika virus. What else? It'll be something else. At the same time, they're going to be doing a terraform Mars. At the same time, they're going to find more water on Mars. And, and it's just mind blowing. The amount of bullshit that's going on, and then you see more men in drags, more men in lipstick and women's makeup and women clothes, and it's a fucking evil fucking world, man. Fucked up, man. So my whole thing is, and also is, shout out to the people in the chat, shout out to people that's actually watching this right now and here with us. Just be the best person you can be, man. Be the best person to be. Understand what's going on. Understand what to tune into. Understand what not to tune into, and just use your discernment, man. Use your discernment. Ask questions, man. Question fucking every goddamn thing. Everything. I just found out today that Dolly Parton's a fucking man. A Dolly Parton's a goddamn man in drag. And I'm not surprised. But it just goes to show you that, hey, man, it's all we live in a fake world, man.
We've been talking about this androgynous, riot that is going to be, ignited very soon in 2008 when I started all this alternative research. So it's like we've been talking about it, all this androgynous riot that's going to be happening next decade. And here we go. We have it. So everybody's opening their eyes and looking at those people and trying to... Who is that? Does he have an Adam apple? Or maybe have these, finger stuff? Or what the fuck? Or maybe he has balls. Okay, he has a pussy.
Watch out. Hey, watch out. Don't be throwing up the 666. They're going to be saying that you fucking...
I did 666 right now?
Yeah. No, I think you did by accident, but be careful because you're going to have people saying, oh, he worships up the fucking devil. He throws the 666 and blah, 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 blah. So you know what I mean? So don't be throwing up the 666.
Okay. When I first see the video about me, they're telling me I'm some actor. I said, go to his fucking Instagram and watch him like six years ago, and go to my fucking Instagram and watch me 6 years ago, and you see two different persons. Yeah. He's like older, like 8 years older than me, and only has the last name as I do. Like, how many people with the last name Lopez do you have?
Millions.
Yeah, it's a Druzhinin is a very one of the famous.
It's like fucking Chin in China, right? It's like having the last name but Chin in China. You know what I mean?
It's not in general list, but it has a couple of pages. A couple of tens of pages in each million populated city. So it's like very very not popular, but spread last name Druzhinin. So, but Philipp is like not very popular name in Russia. You have like maybe 1 in 1,000 who has this name. So I mean, I'm easy to find. Go and Google me on Instagram or I don't know Facebook. You find out that I've been doing my post with me since like 6 years ago or even more. In Facebook, I have friends from Powell, Wyoming, where I was, actually studying in high school. I am the guy that I am actually presenting myself. I never been anybody else. So you like wrong, guy.
You're right. You don't use an avatar, and you don't use anything. You show yourself, like me. I show my face. I'm not hiding nothing. Yeah. Right. But and here's the thing is that I got to a point now, Philip. I don't have to explain myself anymore. It's much easier to say go fuck yourself than explain myself and who I am and then what I'm doing. Because you know what? I had to remember why I did this in the first place. I didn't do this to make friends. I didn't do this to get your approval. I'm doing this so you could think for yourself and so that you can start your own fucking research and you know what I mean and think, you know what I mean, and start your own thing. But it's
I'm fighting for each and every heart. If the heart is doubting that I'm, speaking truth, I'm trying to, reverse this process and tell you, I am Philipp. Really, I am Philipp. I'm not Freaky Blinder. I'm not, Druz or 777 Masonic Illuminati tranny shit. I'm Philipp Druzhinin. You can find me on Facebook. You can talk to me. Man. I actually answer the comments, guys. Yeah. I actually do it by myself.
You're a real person, real fucking person, right? You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah, next thing you know, they be saying that you're a fucking robot, man. And you know what I mean? But
No, it's
hey,
like,
look,
talking about all this mud flood stuff.
yeah, I was just gonna say that, Philip. I just watched your last video today because I was trying to catch up on a lot of things I had to do. Great fucking research, man, on that last video you did about explaining more about how mud flood is tied into the gas mining and Star Forge. I mean, mind blowing. That's great research. If you haven't watched Philip's last video, I suggest that you do. In the beginning, he talks, and then after that, he gets into some really, really good stuff. And I suggest that you watch it, and it just shows. It's just overwhelming evidence. I think we're getting closer to on where this mud came from, and a better understanding on how this type of event could have happened. And maybe did it happen on purpose? Was it a big accident? Think about it. Tartaria was the biggest empire in the world, and if it seemed like overnight it just went away. So was there an accident? Did they blow themselves up?
Yeah, that's the first question that I got. This is the first reasonable question that people saying, how can you do it simultaneously each and everywhere? I said, who said simultaneously each and everywhere? Right. You can do it region by region, step by step, through a couple of decades. And, totally erase the memory of people, because people are not connected, because, you can do any type of stuff like weather warfare at the same time. Why not?
Absolutely.
Like the years without the summer, how much of them were, before? And people could be having famine in some regions and dying from that, and don't even care what's going on in the country of their neighbors, right? Who knows? Or maybe you have a war with this country. Maybe you're an enemy. You totally be happy to go there and capture their cities after everybody's dead. Why not?
Right.
And this is how it's going on. They split and dividing all this world to make us hate each other and do whatever with the hands of the people that are really stupid and dumbed down. But with all the governments, and they could be performing each and everything, maybe being the mercenaries, fighting for money, being, those bomb bearers teams that could be, burning books and, burning all this evidence and the stuff I've been showing in the Crow and Red Baby videos, right? Yeah. Because, this is how the mechanism works. Somebody's getting paid, somebody's making it because he's, brainwashed, and somebody's, just a little kid. Right. And he can't do shit. Only what the adults tell him, right? So all those trains with a bunch of kids, and all this stuff. How do you call it? Bunch of hospitals for asylums, like psychiatric asylums. Bunch of jails, asylums, and all this stuff. And all this stuff is in the 19th century. You can see it in each and every city.
All the orphans, absolutely. All these big, exactly. And that's why the governments own all of the Greco-Greek Roman buildings, the banks, and the government offices. And, I mean, you start connecting a whole lot of dots together. I mean, it starts to become obvious.
Yeah, this is the coincidental evidence line that we have. The rising of technology boom in 19th century. A couple of the rising of this, photography stuff, which was in 18.
No graveyards before the 1800s.
Yeah,
I mean, because no trees, because everything's under mud.
Yeah,
everything's under fucking mud, right?
No trees at all.
No trees at all.
Everybody marking that there's no trees, and everybody marking lack of people on the street.
The empty cities, absolutely.
And they're trying to explain with the long exposure, but I tell them the long exposure was on the photographs that were made before the 1840s, as what officials said, and then in the 1840s they invented the shorter exposures, and those photographs were able to capture any person in a couple of seconds, not 30 seconds that it was before. So, I mean, we don't have it. And we have the pictures with the people, with the blur, the people and we see the blur, and we see the people standing still on some pictures. So the people knew that they're supposed to be standing still, then they get photographs. And we have all those fake portraits and photographs that people did. Just stage some stuff that we supposed to know in the future,
Yeah, exactly. That's what they do, right? For the future.
Making those hidden hand signs, all those Masonic heads, Everybody,
Yeah.
making some type of construction of something, but really they just
Yes, but not.
cleaning up the streets and all those fires that we see on each and
Yeah.
every picture, right? And we don't see
It's
we see the lack of
alternate history.
we see the lack of construction pictures, no construction pictures at all.
And then think about it. Wait, it must have been a big, marvelous time, and these motherfuckers had a lot of money back in 1800s, because that's when everything was fucking built. Think about it. The 1800s, beginning 1900s, everything was built then.
Yeah.
And soon after, there's a Great Depression. So what happened to all the goddamn money, right? Exactly. So you gotta start thinking, guys. Start thinking, people. Like they didn't lie about some of the history. They lied about everything. Everything you think you know to hold to be true, and that you have to have faith in. No question. No fucking question.
You have some building that builds in some cities, but you show only the top when they have it on the top, maybe making a dome or something. What about the foundations? What about the windows?
Right.
What about the bricks?
Right.
Where did they take it from? And no
Right.
pictures at all. Just one pictures of the final stage when they're making all this fancy stuff. So it's like each and every time I try to, research the construction pictures of the 19th century, I don't see any evidence of construction actually, but I see a bunch of pictures with people just standing still with hidden hands,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yeah, they're setting the stage, man. They're setting the stage.
Staging
thinking about it.
Yeah,
Yep.
staging of the
Staging
push
everything.
we're supposed to see in the future, so they can even be programming us to think about the history they told us. All this paradigm.
Absolutely. Right? They already program us, because now if you think you live on a spinning ball in outer space and all of these other shit that we've been taught, then you've been successfully indoctrinated and programmed. So that's what you're going to pass on to your kids, or you're going to get a job where you teach that to other fucking people's kids or to other people. And that's what's going on, man. You know what I mean? So, and people are starting to break away from that shit, man. People are starting to realize and question that. And like I said, even if it's one person a day that could wake up and understand this or look into this, and because you're not going to really understand this unless you really do the research yourself. Understand that there's people trying to deceive you. There's a lot of disinformation out there. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard. You got to first admit that you don't know. You don't know shit. And when you start going down this rabbit hole, you're going to start to realize it's going to humble you that you don't know nothing. All right? Because when I woke up, I was like, all right, I don't know nothing. I have to relearn everything. What the fuck is going on? 1 minute I live on a spinning ball in outer space, and aliens had to be real, okay? And the next minute it's like it's all bullshit and it's flat. The earth doesn't curve downwards. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a big pill to swallow, and but people are swallowing it, and people are taking it home. They're having that conversation during Thanksgiving dinner and these holidays, and people are more open up to having that conversation. I'm witnessing that now. All the people in the beginning that used to give me a lot of shit, now they may still crack a joke, but they don't say anything anymore, because they're really starting to say, well, wait a minute. They may not like the messenger, but they're saying, well, this messenger is fucking making sense. So
yeah, you're right. And a bunch of comments on that video, a bunch of reasonable stuff. Like the person says, I don't believe that mining is the reason why a mud flood has occurred all over the world. The phenomenon occurred in so many parts at the same time that I doubt very much due to human action. I said, who said it happened at the same time? You're wrong. We are talking about the period of 1820s, 1840s, so it's like a couple of decades. So he's saying,
you know what it is. I'm gonna be honest with you with that. Honest, we don't fucking know. We don't know if it happened all at the same time. We don't know how it piece by piece. We don't know if it could have been that. Could have been like we had some technology that we didn't fucking know of. Think about it. This place is a building, and they're hiding the outer shell or the bounds to this place, right? And this place is a building, and you take something that vibrates and put it against that thing, and you have a whole bunch of vibration. You could get a whole lot of mud, or you could have gas pockets, or you're digging. Who God knows underground cities. If they did underground cities, above cities on top, who knows what they could build on the bottom that we have no idea about. And they have mud, and 70% of this place is fucking water. The mud has to go somewhere. So there's a limit of possibilities of what's going on, where you think they're digging and not thinking, oh shit, or they blew up down there or something happened. Underground city blew up and the mud had to go somewhere. And now, as above, so below. I mean, come on. So we don't know. We just don't know. And I'm okay with not knowing. Okay? That's why I tell people I stopped believing in shit, man. Because everything I used to believe is unfucking believable now. I either know it or I don't. And I'm okay with not knowing, Philip. I'm okay. You know?
Yeah, everybody's okay, but still, at least if you wanna go further, you have to propose some reasonable ideas.
Oh,
Or
absolutely.
theories.
Theory. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. And I'm
and
not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying is that we don't fucking know, man. We don't know. It's a good question to ask, but let's find out together. Let's find out. Let's find out what the plausible most thing. Yes, could it have been decades over decades? Yeah, that's plausible. Could have been all at one time? That's plausible too. But the point is that at this point in time, we don't know. We wasn't there back then. We don't know. All we could do is look at the evidence that we have that's left behind. You know what I mean?
I mean, what I was stuck on when I first, started to think about how it could, the procedure, how could it happen,
Right.
and I have like a list of these possible theories that could be leading us to having the observable evidence that we see right now. All this mud covering the houses and stuff like this. And I've been, comparing all these theories to each other and eliminating each and every one that is not matching the reality. And
Right.
I had like a short list of like a five of them, and I ended up to two. So right now I have only two possible. Uh, One is natural cause, and the other one is on purpose
Right.
or conspiracy.
Right.
So, and I'm tending to think that it was on purpose. It was done by somebody. It was on plan. It was
Yeah, man.
scheduled, and it was on a worldwide scale, right? And
Absolutely.
they did it step by step, and they had some type
Absolutely.
of plan that they were following. And that plan was discussed on the special meetings where all those members were brainwashed for several centuries, I think. And they were, you know, it's not like the one generation. They totally think they are into some, enlightenment right now
Well,
because
that's what I was talking to you before. I was like, even the ancient civilization, what was the grand deception back then? How long. It's just like is each generation or each time period or each reset is a big deception. Because our ancient if our ancients knew that this place was a flat playing realm, and they knew that that we didn't live on a ball. But what was their big deception back then? What was the big that got out of control? I mean, who knows?
so
I
and
think
and then
every
we
time
have
is a
and
deception.
then we have a question. Now we don't have like I don't have a question how it was performed. I see the possible in mining, and if it's that done on purpose, as I've been saying, if that was a conspiracy plan, then we lead to somebody and the question of who is doing
Right.
this.
Who's doing it?
And this is where the idea comes from. And we had this idea discussed with the lady Matt from Sweden.
Okay.
I had some theory about the Nagis and all the stuff that I read before, and all this so-called Navi world, where all those creatures can be coming from. And she has this idea about water and all this banking connection to water, because each and everything that we see in money is somehow connected to water. If we have watermarks on banknotes, we have banks. Banking is like embankments and stuff like this. All this, the Bank of River.
Interesting.
We have a bunch of stuff. Like
Interesting.
if you watch that chat that we have, she had all these lists of comparison words that have their roots from the water,
Oh
and
wow.
those parasites that I've been researching, I also have the connection to water because they have a fish type of creatures and they have a reptilian or serpent type of creatures, which I called nagis. and they've
Right.
been described in each and every myths and legends that we have in Russia, and most of the legends in India and China. So they even worship the dragons and all the reptilians in China, and Indians had all this. They're supposed to be the oldest civilization, as the officials say. So if you follow their myths, you also see all those creatures each and everywhere, and you have it in the Bible where you have the lizards right there talking to Adam and Eve, and telling them what is the truth and stuff like this. Given this Apple type of device, I don't know, all the information which could be represented as a fruit or forbidden fruit, which
Oh yeah.
actually
Yeah.
is Apple.
Right there, bang, right there, the bitten apple,
Yeah, yeah.
and right there in your face, boom.
So, and we have all those, comparisons in any different Northern American Indians and Southern American Indians talking about the serpent people, dragons, reptilians, and all those
Right,
people with the reptilian type of body. And this is where it comes from. So it's not like, uh, it, it's not like you can say it doesn't hold any water. It has a bunch of reasonable facts that we have in different references, not only one country or two countries, in several
right.
countries. But this topic is, discredited by this reptilian conspiracy when they tell us that we have a reptilian race and David Icke, all this stuff, because a bunch of discredit was from that theory also. So I think we should take a look at it even more. I'm not even saying that those reptilians the controlling race. I'm saying that we have some type of race that is connected to water, and those worlds that we call in Russian Navi worlds,
Right,
the worlds that have the only way to come here is through the water, because everything is connected with water.
right. Who knows, man? Yeah, who knows, man? I haven't been down there in the bottom of the sea, see for myself. I know everything they tell me on TV is a lie. Who knows? I know this place ain't a spinning ball in outer space no more, and then we have a dome. And look, man, listen to me. Cause look, if you they was bouncing fucking signals off fucking something back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, right? It wasn't thin air, right? Wake the fuck up, people. The rainbow is a goddamn dome. 1+1 is always 2,
Yeah,
right? They don't bounce when they bouncing signals. Oh, they're saying, "Oh, we're bouncing signals." What the hell do you think they bouncing them off of? Right, exactly.
from the
So
atmosphere, as they say.
who the right, exactly. Or it's like it's the same thing with the Velcro atmosphere. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Look, so who knows what's down there?
So
I'm open to any possibility, man.
they even telling us that 70% of this ball is water. So
Yeah,
this is where
yeah,
a connection to water. Everything is connected to water. Flood is
absolutely.
connected to water. Either
Right,
it's a biblical flood or even it's a mud flood, because mud's supposed to
right,
be liquid and supposed to be supplied with some water solution so it can be liquid,
right,
and flood the area. That's
right.
why I've been starting to think about this connection of water stuff. And here we go with this movie about uh the Atlantis, the recent movie where we had this dude Aquaman, and
Yeah,
they telling us the story in this movie,
yeah. They
exactly
talk. Yeah,
story that could
they
be
talk down.
possible, where Atlantis civilization is discussing either they should destroy us for being so fucking smart, and polluting the oceans and all this stuff, and that guy is trying to handle this shit.
Who knows, man? Who fuck knows, dude? All
They
the lands they've been hiding, all the territories they've been hiding. Think about it. Even in this country, right? There's so much fucking land that's owned by the federal government, and you can't go in there or they lock your ass up. Why? What are they fucking hiding? It makes sense now, right? All these fucking uh, Federal Reserve lands and all these lands and all these fucking towns they put underwater. How the fuck long was they put? How long have these towns been underwater?
I'm
Are
telling
they trying
you
to
what they're
hide
hiding. They're
it? Yeah,
hiding us not only the
yeah.
space, they're hiding us the water,
Oh, yes,
because
yeah,
they
yeah,
giving us the fucking maps that we
yeah.
use, and we
Oh,
are not going the places they don't want us to go, because
it
we
makes
don't have
sense.
those fucking maps. They giving us the
Exactly.
fucking maps.
Right. They gave us everything. They gave us the Bible. They gave us the TV. They gave us dinosaurs. They gave us fucking everything, man. They gave us fucking everything. And that's when you know when you fucking are woke, when you say, I'm going to question fucking every goddamn thing now. Not just some of the shit. I question every fucking thing. I question my mother. I question my father. I question my wife. I question my husband. I question fucking everything, man. That's what you got to do.
Sometimes I even question my fucking self.
Yeah, you
I
got to question
believe
yourself.
myself.
Me too. I picture myself. I had to question myself. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you know, I've seen that recent movie about polar research that they, you know, supposed to be based on actual events about the expedition of British campaign and Norwegian campaign that was supposed to be reaching Arctica, the southern pole, and they were like competing with each other, and that Amundsen guy reached first,
Okay.
and the British guy, Scott, I think, he reached the second, and he left him a note that you guys, you can use our stuff that we dropped here. So you, but don't worry, we were the first. We are the, you know, the guys. Just
Right.
don't worry. And that second guy, like, he was so disappointed they were the second, and they won't give any more funding about this stuff, and they won't be famous and all this stuff, and he totally was discredited with this, you know, event, and everybody was, they just died on the way back. And all this story, you know, making all this legend for us to understand how all this, you know, fantasy world of polar research is, you know, can be applied into what we know right now as the world. You cannot go anywhere anymore. This
No.
is fantasy stories that they give
Yeah.
us about the
Right.
past, but you cannot go anymore.
You can't go
Because the
anywhere, man.
next thing that Amundsen dude was given by the government, they gave him money only to do what they want him to do. They
Right.
sent him to the place where he spent like 5 years of nonsense research in Arctica.
Right.
He wasn't given any more chances to research what he wanted.
Right. I think that if these people stop, we don't stop needing government. We need to all stop needing government. Stop getting things from government. Stop these towns getting government money. This is all bribe money that the government gives you, so that they can control you. I mean, and once people start waking up saying, "Why do we need the government for? Why are we giving them the hard-earned money for what? So they can lie to us? Why do you know?" And people need to start waking up. I mean, and we need to get off that drug, the government drug. You know, stop getting money from the government. Start doing shit for yourself. You know, and start, you know, stop depending on your government. Your government is lying to you and trying to kill you. That's just my hypothesis. I mean, that's just what
I'm not saying they're
I'm
trying
not
to
anti.
kill
I'm
us.
not anti-government. I'm anti-bullshit. So
No, I'm not saying they're trying to kill us, but they're trying
right.
to control how long do we live in general. They don't want
Well,
each and every
I'm
one
as
of us at the same.
I gotta disagree with you there because look, think about it. Just for water, since you're speaking about water, right? You'll find out. Well, why haven't they changed the pipes to deliver the water, right, through the distribution system, right? So every town, every area has a water, a distribution system, okay, of water mains, okay, and they tell you that the reason why there was either lead in the pipes or they got the all that they don't change, they want to change these pipes because it costs too much money. But we could spend $53 million a fucking day to fucking send NASA, but we can't even fix goddamn our main thing we need to survive, to give our kids to live and to fix water. Why are they putting fluoride or they used to put fluoride in some places they're still putting fluoride in fucking water in places now, and that's a corrosive material. Why are they putting chlorine in water? And because they tell you that we have the best technology where we can desalinate fucking salt from the water, man. We have an abundance of fucking water, man. And we're so dumbed down and stupid, we can't connect the fucking dots. So they are killing us. You know, why put all these insecticides on our vegetables and plants that we need to eat? What for? To get and people not knowing that 90% of the insects we fucking need them because they're pollinators.
And they
You,
tell
you
them
take out, you take
they
out, you're right there. We won't have no food.
The main thing that they're trying to tell us right now in Russia that we have a huge loss, a huge decline in bee population. Like 30% of bees this year died in Russia.
Yeah.
30%, and they're saying, "Oh, we have gonna have a large decline in harvest, and probably
Yeah.
a lack of fruits and vegetables next year."
Right.
So it's like even apple trees, we're gonna be have a large decline in apples. You won't have any apples. You won't have any vitamins.
Yeah.
Any supplements that
Yeah.
your body
It's all
needs,
bullshit, man.
and
It's
we
all
all gonna be
bullshit.
dying
It's
just
all bullshit.
for them.
Scarcity water, scarcity food, scarcity gas. We got no more oil, scarcity oil. It's all bullshit games that these fucking people play,
Yeah,
man.
and everything is under secret anymore. You can't even find out how many oil do you have anymore in Russia. So it's like,
Wow.
what the fuck is going on? You know,
But yeah.
step by step, they
Yeah,
tying
man.
up, they tying up, and all those,
Yeah.
taxes, all those,
Yeah.
taxation, all this, credit
Yeah.
cards, all this fucking
Yeah.
stuff.
Credit, it'd be a credit system. They'll be like, okay, everything you do is going to go to a credit system. Oh, use a jerk. You're going to get 4 stars. Or, no, you're going to get 1 star. Click. Huh, that's it. Now, so when you go buy a house, you're going to be like, well, Philip gave me 1 star. Or he gave me 2 stars. I had a bad, it's just mind
Yeah,
blowing. It's right there, man.
In China, you won't have any, government support if you have a low credit rank, and they even know you
Mind blowing.
by your face who is walking into your store. Does he
Right.
have a low credit rank or a high
Yeah.
credit rank? You
High
know
credit.
about
Right. No, I didn't know about that, but that makes sense because you could target an individual. It's like now you know who to sell shit to. Okay, I'm not gonna
that?
bother with him because he doesn't have a. I'm gonna sell him because his lights going off because he's had a good credit score. It's all it's mind blowing.
100 years ago, when you go to the market, you could have talked to a salesman who
Right,
actually grown his food by himself.
right,
Right now, just the lack of those people who sell their own food. Somebody's
yeah,
supposed to be selling it for them because if you go on sales, you lose all your time. You're supposed to spend on harvesting and making those vegetables grow and stuff like this. So
right.
we got the generation of salesmen, and we lost all this production farmers
Production,
that
right.
spreading this information. Just the lack of
Oh
them in
yeah,
each and every country right now. We have a small number of
oh
those
yeah,
growing food actually. Only
oh yeah.
large corporations. People stopped taking care of themselves anymore. We cannot supply ourselves with food anymore. Just a small percentage of people can do it.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, and it's because people don't know shit. They don't teach nobody. They don't teach nobody none how to do none of this shit.
But everybody knows how to make his YouTube channel
Yep,
and
everybody.
a Facebook
Yeah.
scroll and
Everybody know.
like
Yep.
and
Take
share.
pictures. Everybody's got their model. All for what? Likes. All for likes. And they're gonna get mad. Well, you got this person's messing with me, and this. Come on, man. You put
Yeah,
yourself
I
out there
don't
like
care
that.
about anymore about any views. I think all
Man, me
those
either. Man.
300
Me either, man.
Spartans that are left on this topic and actually making some action and making some change. We all know them, and all those people
Yes.
in the groups that are active. Great. Uh,
Yeah.
and how do you call it? Shout out to all the people that are following
Absolutely.
and all the people that are actually making a great change in sharing because
Right. Exactly. And you know what? Even if you make change little bit by little bit, eating better, listening, understanding what's going on, taking the time to look into it, turn off the soaps, turn off the TV, look into this shit. Understand? Try to figure out what scientific research is. If you still think you live on a spinning ball, do the researches. For yourself. Look at all the scientific data to prove that we live on a spinning ball. There's none. It's all propaganda bullshit. It's nonsense. Spend a couple of hours looking at all the NASA footage of them shooting rockets, and they'll go like this, all right? Because they'll never go up because they know what's up there, man.
yeah.
Look at Operation Fishbowl. Look at all these operations. Look at the data. Look at yourself. Look what's out there. So
Yeah.
that's what I can say.
Shout out to Black Sheep Researcher, new channel, who's talking about all those stuff that
Yes.
we talk about. Shout out to all the channels that have been closed by YouTube, like Rosette de la Croix, AOD.
Oh, well, yeah. They
So
closed Rosette, huh?
yeah, they did. And actually, because maybe a bunch of reports people did on those topics that we talk about all this national questions. I never reject to say a word, a Jew, but and we've been talking about it a bunch of times, so it's like not, we are not like people writing me, if they are not talking about Jews, then they're totally shills. No,
Yeah,
we've been talking about Jews, but
yeah,
we've probably been a little bit more reasonable in
right.
what we're talking about. That's why
Right.
we don't get all those reports, guys. So be
Some
reasonable. Nobody be.
like I said before, some people are half woke. They think they're woke, they're not. If you think you're gonna get somewhere by going and bashing somebody, it's like the Masons. You got a lot of these low level Masons. They're being fucking deceived their goddamn selves. They're
Yeah,
going in thinking this and thinking that, and they're being deceived. So you got the Jewish people that are being fucking
yeah,
deceived as well too. So look, if you spend time you want to bash this person back, that's not going to get you fucking nowhere. It's going to get you
yep,
shunned because you got dumb people that say, hey, you can talk about Mexicans, but you can't talk about Jews. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you're anti-Semitic and shit. Like,
yeah,
so come on, understand the dumb shit. Understand what's going on. Understand what they're trying to do, and stop falling for the stupid dumb shit.
yeah.
But that's all I got today, man.
At least if you do something, do it more reasonable, and nobody's gonna be blocking your channel for your
That's right.
videos.
It's
Do it
not what you do; it's
reasonable.
how you do it. It's not what you
Yeah,
do; it's how you do it.
be more polite to the general public. I mean,
Right?
not
Exactly. Right.
everybody is involved in all those
Right.
conspiracies, and people may
Right.
see you and report you because being very
Just
rough.
stupid. Yeah, just being stupid. Right. Just being stupid. Like, oh, fucking, you think I'm going to sit, you think me and you going to sit here and have a show talking about Jewish people or any fucking the Mexicans or anybody fucking body? Hell no. It's a waste of fucking time. Hell no.
Of course,
Hell goddamn no. It doesn't mean goddamn nothing. Because you know what? If you can't add 1+1 and come to find out it's 2, then there's nothing I or you can even tell someone. I mean,
yeah.
what can you say someone if you can't add?
A bunch of subscribers of mine
Right.
that called themselves, the last names I see and the names are totally Jewish, and they're totally supporting the topic. How would
Right.
you think the Jews are being in
Right.
some kind of conspiracy if they're supporting the topic?
Yeah,
They supporting the
exactly.
topic.
Because it's all bullshit. If you want to be a dirtbag or you want to be a mean person and pick on a certain type of group of people and just keep wailing and wailing just so you can,
Yeah,
then
it's like
that's your demise.
it's like
That's
Iranians right now. Iranians are the bad deal. So everybody
ancient
talking about
Tartaria.
Iranians. It's
Ancient
fucking
Tartaria.
Persia is a part of
Yeah.
Tartaria. What the fuck?
Ancient Tartaria.
Yeah.
So, and Tartaria is under attack even still to this day. Okay?
Nobody
It
wants
is.
any descendants of Tartaria to
Yeah.
to survive this
Yeah. They
fucking.
want to control everything, right? They've been at it since what? As long as we know whenever our history started, when 1800s.
Yeah, only Chinese
Yeah,
can be talking about any fucking thing.
yeah, man.
Just think
I
about it.
agree.
Why is that? Because they pull in the blankets towards themselves. They want to
Oh,
build their
and,
own
and oh,
Tartaria.
and they censor the shit out of them too, man. You got Chinese people that never even heard of the word Tartaria. They've been censoring the shit. They've been doing a good. Their government's been doing a good job and keeping them off the internet, keeping them real secure, program, and they got them faking every goddamn thing. The Chinese, they fake everything. Chinese, not only that, they're faking money, they're faking food, they're faking every goddamn thing. You get fake rice from China, you get fake everything. Fake rice in China. You would think like, God damn, out of all things, they even faking fucking rice, man. Yeah, it's mind blowing, man. Fucking mind blowing. But that's a whole other topic. We definitely gotta sit and just talk about the kind of shit that they're faking. It's mind blowing.
Yeah,
But
it's like talking about North Koreans, that the North Koreans is the main cause of all this shit. No fucking way.
yeah, no fucking way, man. No fucking way, man. It's all bullshit, dude.
Yeah,
We're colluding with the Russians and shit.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
At
yeah.
the same time, we on a space station, right? But we got a case going colluding with the Russians. People are fucking
Yeah.
stupid, man. People are dumb. People are just fucking dumb, man. That's all. And that's why they keep selling them bullshit, because people are fucking retarded. They can't fucking connect the dots, man. You know?
It's like, flat Earth people are stupid because they talk about flat Earth. At the same time, we have Russians talking about flat Earth, and we have Americans. So, and on the same media, you're gonna be heard about Russian collusion. Flat Earth, Russian collusion. Who else? Iranians, fucking
cosmonauts, astronauts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just
all bullshit.
I hope we call it a playbook or a topic book.
Yeah.
And each and every media has its playbook, and they follow it. And
at the same time this is going on, you got China putting out different looking space images on
on the dark side of the moon. Shit.
Fucking man. It's a damn shame, man, how they doing fucking people, man. It's a goddamn shame. Because they know people buy it, man. There's a sucker born every day. I knew that before I woke up. Sucker born every goddamn day, man. There's a sucker born every day.
And they want more of it. They want more of it, and that's why they promoting all this shit. And this is the advertisement for the future suckers to get in the system. Welcome to the system, guys.
Right? Exactly. And the people that are not in the system, they're conspiracy theorists, they're crazy, they're nut jobs. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, idiots.
Yeah, idiots. Call me an idiot. Yeah, cool. Call me an idiot.
Anyways.
I embrace that word.
Thanks for chatting today and finding time. And I hope to see your video on Victor Buggy that we made recently.
So working on that right now. Get that. Should be done sometime next week.
Probably maybe have more talks with you next week or whatever you're ready. So
yes, sir.
I'm gonna be posting this video the day after we do it. So you guys are watching the premiere right now. And thanks a lot for chatting and making all this messages. Reasonable comments are welcome each and every time on both Richard and my channels, and you guys can find the link to Richard's channel in the end of this video and in the description.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you later.
See you. Ciao.